Alright, time for some intellectual self-improvement. I'm gonna blast you with some random mind thoughts, ToasterBotnet style. We're gonna broaden our horizons, my friends. If you like geeking out about special interests and weird stuff and you like learning things, you've come to the wrong place. To the right place. Freudian slip there. I don't think I'm Dunning-Krugering that hard, am I? Let's get into shit. We like geeking out here because we smart, nerd up. Let's go down the rabbit hole. Welcome to the ToasterBotnet, where I babble about random things until you either get bored or hit the damn subscribe button. This week's topic, getting into stuff. Alright, so today we're gonna talk about something different. I don't want to regurgitate all the stuff all the other YouTubers also said like a million times. I want my YouTube channel to be a little bit different. Well, in a good sense. Well, at least some of the time. Don't worry though, I also have a lot of general self-improvement topics coming up, but let's deviate from the norm a bit and let's get weird. I like weird, well, probably because I am weird, but besides the point. If you listen to the self-improvement sphere, there's a ton of focus on fitness, health, productivity, working out. That's cool and good and important, but what's missing for me at least is the intellectual self-improvement. Well, all the influencers tell you to read books, granted, but it's often not much more than that. It's just read books. Every time, just read. That's important for sure, but we are here on the ToasterBotnet and I like to do things my way. I'm too lazy to read. Let's talk about geeking out. Let's get nerdy. Let's broaden our horizons. Broaden your horizon is a pretty broad term. It involves learning, reading, traveling, going out of your comfort zone, engaging with diverse people, experiencing different cultures, doing new activities. Today we're going to focus on learning and exploring new topics of interest from the safety of your own home. Okay, so what does it actually mean to broaden your horizon in this context? Well, it means that you basically open your mind to new experiences. And in today's day and age, you can be exposed to new and many topics just by opening your browser and following the rabbit hole. I believe it's very important to constantly be exposed to diverse topics, ideas and opinions. Just by having exposure, you automatically learn and grow. You grow intellectually, professionally, emotionally and generally as a person. You will gain insights about different cultures, political views, and you expand your skill set and knowledge. And all you need to do is to basically extend your internet bubble. Venture out in the vastness of cyberspace. And I'm not just talking about the usual stuff like learning a new language or learning to code. Everybody talks about that. I mean it in a more broader sense. You can learn from anything and anybody and everything and everybody. Everything counts. Pop culture, books, music, philosophy, science. It doesn't matter if it's a Kafka novel, a Marvel movie, a scientific article about quantum physics, the Bitcoin white paper, or a subreddit about knitting SpongeBob socks. Just expose yourself to new stuff all the time and keep an open mind. We have internet. Use it to see what's out there. The truth is out there. The world is a colorful and diverse place. According to research, people who have too much interests are more successful. Being a generalist, a jack of all trades or even a polymath can be very beneficial for you in the long run. There have always been warnings about being a generalist, like jack of all trades, master of none kind of drivel. But according to the latest research, that's actually not true. Having a broad range of knowledge and skills is actually pretty useful. Doesn't matter what it is, just expand your bubble and seek out new things. Geeking out about stuff is a lot of fun after all. Well, most of the time, if you're really interested in a topic, you will find your own way. But nevertheless, I have some tips and tricks for you on how to overdo it as much as possible and be labeled a nut job by all your friends. I can tell you how to kickstart and accelerate your knowledge gathering about whatever it is you're curious about. Let's put it that way. Because there are actually some techniques which will let you deep dive fast and hard. I'm gonna give you a little rough roadmap on how to get from newbie to normie to geeky to nerdy to full-on autism. Let's get into things. So first of all, you need to stimulate your appetite. It needs to be something you are interested in. You actually have to want this. If you're gonna force yourself to consume content you hate, it's just gonna be a torture probably. It's like school all over again. Forcing your brain to geek out on something probably doesn't work. You either have to be motivated by a goal, so that you really want the outcome of getting more knowledgeable about something, or you have to follow your intrinsic drive and curiosity, which is the most fun, of course, the latter option. So let's get into a new topic. We want to get knowledgeable about something. Where do we start? The usual resources. So the obvious and usual resources are, of course, the first places to go. We are starting at ground zero. So basically you need to get some basics down. Let's get the basics down. Check Wikipedia. Just by reading the Wikipedia articles on something gives you a pretty good basic overview. But if it's something complicated or complex, you're probably gonna get grounded pretty fast. Because Wikipedia articles can be pretty heavy sometimes, depending on the topic. Google all the basics. Just ask Google questions. Think about what you want to know and just type it into Google. Simple, obvious, effective. In this day and age, you can also ask an AI bot to teach you the topic. Depending on the topic, there might even be a specialized AI bot or GPTs. Check who are the important people. Find out the thought leaders of your topic. This is very important. You need to know who to listen to for commentary, advice and ideas. Find out who are the brains in your field of interest and who is constantly appearing in podcasts and talk shows. Note them down, they're gonna become important later. And of course, read articles and keep up with the relevant news regarding the topic. Like find out if there are relevant news sites specifically for whatever it is you are interested in. Depending on the topic, there might even be a specialized news site only for that niche. Find out where to go to stay up to date with the latest trends in whatever it is you are interested in. Obvious, right? So now we have done that. We have a basic overview. We know some rough bullet points about the topic at least. But you're a damn nerd, so that didn't satisfy your curiosity. You need to go deeper. Because this is what most people do, right? They just get summaries, the Wikipedia articles and the facts together and are happy and go on with their lives. But we're gonna geek out, we said, so we're going forward fast and putting our gear into overdrive. So let's find some other nerds. Where are the weird people? Finding the nerds. The next step is to find like-minded people, online communities, specialists in the field, thought leaders, decision makers, and yeah, the nerds. Basically people like yourself and people who know shit. Here comes social media into play. No more cat pictures, no more Instagram models or food pictures. We're gonna redesign our feeds with the nerd stuff. Utilize social media. I think social media is actually really awesome in this respect. I don't know what people have against it. Might be that they are just using it the wrong way probably. But just make sure your social media feeds are filled with related content. So let's go on with blogs. First, start with the blogosphere. Always a good idea to look for people who are passionate about the stuff and writing about it. Reddit, lots of subreddits on every topic imaginable. This one is my favorite. Reddit is designed for this purpose, really. Look at the subreddits about your topic of interest. Like every subreddit you can possibly find which is related. And then batch them together in a multi-Reddit. For those who don't know, Reddit has a feature called multi-Reddits where it lets you add several subreddits under one, tab. Like a browser tab, but just inside Reddit. This way you can have multiple interests at the same time. And you can switch back and forth between your multi-Reddits. So whatever you're currently interested in, you can switch between topics. Multi-Reddits are really awesome for that. And of course, you have only that one theme at the time instead of being blasted with all your subreddit subscriptions at once. And most of the time, as soon as you are lurking in the subreddit communities, you will find out pretty quickly that there are a lot of super uber nerds out there who share your interests. You found the nerds, so read what they post. Read what they think about articles or videos that get posted there. And also good to keep up with the latest up-to-date stuff about whatever it is you're interested in. Next up, Twitter. Well, Twitter gets a lot of hate. Should I call it X? Nah, let's keep calling it Twitter. Well, Twitter gets a lot of hate, especially since Elon took over the company. But Twitter is an awesome place to follow individuals. It's perfect to follow important people, influencers, thought leaders or specialists in whatever field you like. Here we need the list of people we talked about earlier. Find out who to follow. Where Reddit is more of a general community, Twitter is more for individuals. And of course, YouTube. Look for channels to subscribe. I think I learned 75% of everything I ever learned just on YouTube alone. Then probably like 20% Reddit and like 5% school. Maybe it's 1%. That's probably also why I'm an idiot. What? I mean, because we're smart. And because we're smart, we also like memes. Okay, this may sound stupid, but I'm serious here. Follow meme accounts and meme subreddits. It's a great way to learn, not just any, but specifically for the topic you're into. It works like this. Let's imagine you want to get into philosophy and have no idea about anything, but you followed some meme accounts. Suddenly everybody in your feed is joking about getting coffee or killing themselves. Next thing you know, you are looking up Albert Camus on Wikipedia, and next thing you know, you accidentally learned something. Now you can have a laugh as well. At this point, it could be that my only motivation to learn anything at all anymore is just because so I can understand memes. Podcasts. Podcasts, of course, are another great way to dive into things. Find related podcasts. They might also introduce you to a lot of new stuff. Also, lectures. Watch lectures, talks, and courses about the stuff. Now we are more in deep dive territory. Find out if there are people giving talks and teaching and putting courses online. Also, maybe if it's something technical or scientific or something, there could be a chance that there are conferences about it where the real freaks give some talks. Do some research and see if you can find something online. Always depends on the topic. There might be a conference about knitting SpongeBob socks, but I doubt it. But I wouldn't be surprised if it exists. But if you want to learn to code or something, there are probably more conferences and talks online than you could possibly watch in a lifetime, and it's probably just for one language. So, if you have your social media feeds full of nerds, this automatically makes you more informed and up to date with the topic of interest. So, where do we go from here? As it is tradition, There will be a point where you will reach Mount Stupid. What do I mean? You will definitely experience the Dunning-Kruger effect somewhere, and this is where the fun begins. We all know how this works, right? You are very hyped, you learn something, you are into a new topic, you begin to think you got it all figured out, and then you reach Mount Stupid where you are know-it-all but actually still have no clue what's going on. Like when you have some surface knowledge but you are so confident that your self-awareness basically drops to zero. The beautiful bliss of incompetent confidence. But it's necessary. We need to get over Mount Stupid to continue to grow. Why I'm telling you this? Depending on the topic you are learning, there's a point where you realize how vast and broad the field is you are learning about. When it suddenly hits you that things are way more complex, nuanced, complicated and harder than you have thought, you become aware of the complexity. But I personally believe that the Dunning-Kruger effect is actually a really cool thing. Think about it. If you would realize how complex things are before you even start something, you would probably never start it in the first place. The Dunning-Kruger effect is like a buffer against demotivation and discouragement. It gives you a chance to get the basics down with the bliss of ignorance, so to say. Almost feels like a necessary law of nature. When you think about it this way, it's kind of beautiful, isn't it? Team Dunning-Kruger. Anyway, back on topic. Some tips for the road. Expose yourself to different perspectives. Read comments, blog posts and articles from different people with different perspectives, even if they have different opinions than your own. Engage in online discussions and conversations. Like, don't just live in your own filter bubble. Keep an open mind. Approach new ideas with curiosity and willingness to learn. Be open to different viewpoints and be ready to challenge your own assumptions and beliefs. Go nuts and follow the white rabbit. Don't be afraid to jump down the rabbit hole. Occasional deep dives of weird topics that branch out or lead to weird places on the internet are refreshing and a lot of fun. That probably also falls under the keep an open mind thing. Ever got that sudden moment of clarity on a Sunday night and wondered why you're just reading Wikipedia articles about every plane of existence in the Buddhism religion and you have no idea how you got here? That's what I'm talking about. Look for connections. Look for connections between your area of interest and other disciplines. This can provide fresh insights and perspectives. For instance, if you're interested in psychology, you might explore how it intersects with neuroscience, sociology, or economics. I don't know. I have no idea what I'm talking about here. Take notes. Use a notes app and build yourself a collection of resources with stuff that you want to remember, that resonates with you, or that becomes important later. So taking notes is a big one. If you want to get serious, collect and capture the stuff you are learning on a daily basis. Maybe create a second brain and fill it with resources about your topic of interest. Notes are a really cool way to mitigate the mental load on your brain. If you have a lot of things going on in your life and you are learning a lot, writing things down can help you retain all the things you learned, and it can help you juggle multiple projects and interests at the same time. You can switch between projects and tasks and topics and still pick up where you left off in your notes. It's really important and useful if you're a content creator or something similar. Like when you have input and have then creative output later. You can design your notes in a way that information that is important will resurface and be accessible at the right time. Like, for example, building a second brain or similar methods. For more info about this, check out my knowledge management playlist down in the video description. Alright, we are already geeking out about a topic, we are writing things down and we are learning, we are growing. What's next? Going full autism mode. Well, we can go full autism, nothing against it. artists here, but you know what I mean, like really focused on a topic. That's more of a me thing probably, but I guess a lot of people watching this might have the same feelings and behavior patterns. Sometimes if I really get into a topic and I totally geek out about it, I enter full autism mode where I only want to talk, read and hear about that one topic and nothing else. If your friends start to get really annoyed, it's maybe time to continue more in silence. So if you're anything like me, this often happens with the shiny new things and new cool hyped up topics. But don't worry, after some weeks or months, the urge to spend every waking moment on that one interest will normalize. It will probably still be of interest, but you won't neglect your daily life just to read more Reddit discussions about it. It's the circle of ADHD. The next hype train is just around the corner. All aboard, choo-choo! Alright, I ran off track here. I think we can bring the video to a close. So, summary. If you want to broaden your horizon and get into things, have an open mind, extend your internet bubble, then read Wikipedia, Google stuff, ask AI chatbots, find the important people, keep up with the news, utilize social media, find blogs, find subreddits, follow the important people on Twitter, I'm not saying X. Subscribe to YouTube channels, follow meme accounts, podcasts, lectures and conferences. Beware of Mount Stupid. Take notes and stay curious. That's it. I hope you found some value in this video. And as always, thank you for watching. See you next time on the ToasterBotnet.